So I've been doing YouTube for a while, full time now. I just want to say that because this video is a bit ranty, but I really do love this job and I don't want to do anything else. But here are some things that can be difficult when you are doing YouTube. So the first thing is being behind schedule. And of course, this is probably just a sign that you are doing quite good. Sometimes I'm a bit backlogged because I have too much stuff coming in, which again is a good thing. But yeah, that kind of stresses me out and I prefer definitely to be on time or even maybe before like the schedule. Okay, so the next one is really frustrating. Sometimes I spend half a day or maybe even a full day putting up the cameras, the lights, making sure that everything looks and sounds perfect. I also need some time to get to know the pedal, maybe write a song for it or a riff. So the recording itself usually takes around 10 to 15 minutes, but the big pain here is when you realize that you forgot to turn on one of the cameras or the audio. Maybe one of the cameras ran out of batteries. And yeah, of course, that forces me to do everything again. And as you know, with music, it's often very hard to do something that you think was good and do that again, to replicate that. That can be really difficult. So yeah, this is definitely something that can be really frustrating when doing demos. So even though I haven't been a full-time YouTuber, I've been on the platform for many years now. And something that every YouTuber sees, I assume at least, is bad comments or troll comments. And most of the time I handle that pretty well. I just laugh it off. Maybe I just write something dumb back and that makes me feel good. But sometimes if you have a really bad day and you put a lot of work into a video and the first comment that you get is a bad one, that could really put me in a bad mood. And the next thing you have probably heard about before, around 2 or 3 years ago, I saw a big change in how YouTube worked and how I was able to push or not push my videos to my audience, you guys. And I know it's kind of a cliche to blame everything on the YouTube algorithm, the new one that is, but to me, clearly something has changed. I never know really if a video will do good or not. And that's kind of stressful when you put a lot of work into a video. Maybe you film and edit and spend the whole week doing a video and you kind of have the feeling that people will like this video, but then it's kind of all up to the YouTube algorithm, and that's something that I would prefer not to have in my work, to be dependent on something like that. So I try to be very transparent that most of my videos here on YouTube are sponsored videos. By that, I mean I get either free stuff that is considered a sponsored video, or I charge for making a video or a review. And I feel that at the point we are at now, most companies understand that this is a lot of hard work. I have a subscriber base. I've spent a lot of money on filming gear, and to build up the whole thing, that costs money. And most of the companies understand that. And I just want to say that I can understand that not every pedal company can afford to pay for a lot of demos. I understand that. But the thing that bugs me is when companies don't get it at all. There are so many times I've heard that, well, you get a really cool pedal. Well, that's cool and all, and I can probably sell it. I can't sell it for the price that it's worth when it's new. I have to sell it at a second-hand price. And I definitely cannot eat the pedal for dinner. And this is my full-time job, and I kind of need money to do it. And what I often have seen is that this is more common amongst the big companies. Often like small builders, they understand this a lot better than the big ones. So that's kind of weird. But again, I can totally understand that some companies can't afford to pay a lot of money for demos. Often then, if we have a open conversation about it, I can help them out. Maybe they can get a discount. They can get one pedal for free if I do one that I charge for. There's a lot of options there. The thing that I really just want is the understanding that this is work and this is something that I do for a living and it's actually worth something. And this leads me into the next point, which is the one that I think I get most upset about, and that is when a conversation goes totally quiet on email. Like every morning I spend everything from 30 minutes to maybe 1.5 hours answering emails about YouTube stuff. And I don't expect every deal to go through. That's just a part of being like a businessman. But when everything is just left to no answers on email or on a text, yeah, that's really annoying. And that's something that I never would do myself. Of course, it's possible to forget to answer emails. I've done that many times. But if I ask for a quote, let's say I want to pay someone to do something for me and I get a quote and it's too much for me, I would of course let them know, this is too much for me, can't do this right now, thank you for the offer. That is for sure something that is very natural for me, and I really can't understand why someone wouldn't do that. Okay, that was all. Again, I really like this job. I'm super grateful that I'm able to do this. I'm super grateful for my audience. Sometimes it's just like a tiny bit annoying, and now you know why. Okay, bye.